Hello guys, this is part 2 of my things that make me happy day that I'm working on for you guys. This, you might think this is dumb, but I showed you a video sometime back on me making breakfast casserole. I think it was at Christmas time. And then I was letting you know part of the ingredients that I use in my breakfast casserole is some sort of bread, right? Any kind of bread you have. I do not do the traditional way of making breakfast casserole where you assemble it all, put it into the refrigerator and let it sit overnight. I just don't do that because I feel like for myself, the breakfast casserole gets too soft and I like to have it a little, a little firmer, whatever. So this is what I'm going to show you. This is a bag of leftover bread that I have chunked up. Okay, I have a few of these actually. Here's one. I just threw the whole loaf in there. I would definitely say to chop it up before you throw it in there. And then I have some fresh that I just cut up that I'm going to put in a bag. Then I just throw it in the freezer. And as long as you use it within a couple months, it's fine. I mean, honestly, it could probably last longer because you're just going to throw it in the pan and put all the eggs and meats and everything in there anyway, so you wouldn't even know. But I don't like to waste. This is where I'm going with things that make me happy. I don't like to waste, and so if I can find a use for things, like I'm not a psychopath, it's not like I'm going to use every last bit of everything. If I have old leftovers in the fridge that no one ate, I'm going to throw them out. Like I'm not, that crazy. But I don't say crazy, if you like to eat your leftovers that no one wants to eat, and you feel risky like that, it's been in there a couple weeks, you do you, but not for me. Anyway, so any kind of leftover bread, any kind. The fresh one that I just cut up, that is the leftover loaf of my croissant loaf I made the other day, which did look burnt on the video, but it wasn't. It was a honey butter loaf, and I think the honey in it just made it brown up more maybe than a regular croissant loaf might. But the inside was very soft. The outside was soft. And we didn't eat it all, though, so I chunked it up and I just throw it in a bag. I have leftover French bread that you've bought at the store that you didn't eat all, like with your lasagna or spaghetti. I have leftover biscuits that I've made, cut them up. Leftover bagels from the store that we didn't finish, and maybe they're a little stale. They do not, stale, hard, anything like that is perfect for a breakfast casserole. I have used croutons, believe it or not, the bagged kind. Throw that in there too. You're not going to know, is what I'm saying. When you put it in the casserole, you mix up your eggs, you have your sausage, your bacon, whatever you're putting in there, cheeses, seasonings, onions. You aren't going to be able to say, well, I feel like this tastes like, croutons. You're not going to be able to know that. So, so I'm just saying you can use anything as your bread if you're making the type of breakfast casserole that uses bread.